Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to part three of The Richest Man in Babylon. We are going through one of my absolute favorite personal finance books. And I hope that as you go on this journey with me through the book, that you'll begin to implement some of the things that you hear and shift and transform your own relationship with money. Rewrite your money story so that you can go on and excel and achieve the goals that you set for yourself financially for 2025. So today we are going over the second cure. So we talked about the first cure for a lean purse, which was to start that purse to fattening, which was saving the 10% off the top of what you earn, your income, putting it 10% away first before you pay and designate the rest of your income to other financial responsibilities and necessities that you need to take care of in life. So, the second cure, control thy expenditures. Some of your members, my students, have asked me this: how can a man keep 1/10 of all he earns in his purse when all the coins he earns are not enough for his necessary expenses? So did Arquette address his students upon the second day. Yesterday, how many of thee carried lean purses? All of us, answered the class. Yet thou do not all earn the same. Some earn much more than others. Some have much larger families to support. Yet all purses were equally lean. Now I will tell thee an unusual truth about men and sons of men. It is this, that what each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our incomes unless we protest to the contrary. And let me read that again because I want you to write that down. That what each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to our income unless we protest to the contrary. So, in our modern vernacular, we would call that lifestyle creep, right? As our income goes up, so will our lifestyle go up to reflect the new income that we have coming in. We'll begin to buy more or buy more luxurious things, just our lifestyle creep. Confuse not the necessary expenses with thy desires. Each of you, together with your good families, have more desires than your earnings can gratify. Therefore, all thy earnings spent to gratify these desires, insofar as they will go, still thou retainest many ungratified desires. All men are burdened with more desires than they can gratify. Because of my wealth, thinkest thou I may gratify every desire? 'Tis a false idea. There are limits to my time. There are limits to my strength. There are limits to the distance I may travel. There are limits to what I may eat. There are limits to the zest with which I may enjoy. And that's a good point to talk about too. I think many people fall into disastrous financial situations because they can't control their appetites, whether it's their appetites for sex, whether it's their appetite for fast cars and more money and the finer things in life, whether it's their appetite for food. So, okay, I digress. I say to you that just as weeds grow in a field wherever the farmer leaves space for their roots, even so freely do desires grow in men whenever there is a possibility of them being gratified. Thy desires are a multitude, and those that thou mayest gratify but a few. Study thoughtfully thy accustomed habits of living. Herein may be most often found certain accepted expenses that may be wisely may be reduced or eliminated. Let thy motto be 100% of appreciated value demanded for each coin spent. Therefore, engrave upon the clay each thing for which thou desirest to spend. Select those that are necessary and others that are possible through the expenditure of 9/10 of thy income. Cross out the rest and consider them but a part of thy great multitude of desires that must go unsatisfied, and regret them not. Budget then thy necessary expenses. Touch not the one tenth that is fattening thy purse. Let this be thy great desire that is being fulfilled. Keep working within thy budget. Keep adjusting it to help thee. Make it thy first assistant in defending thy fattening purse. Hereupon one of the students, wearing a robe of red and gold, arose and said, I am a free man. I believe it is my right to enjoy the good things of life. Therefore, do I rebel against the slavery of a budget which determines just how much I may spend and for what. I feel it would be much pleasure from my life and take much pleasure from my life and make me little more than a pack ass to carry a burden. To him, Arcad replied, Who, my friend, would determine thy budget? I will make it for myself, responded the protesting one. In that case, were a pack ass to budget his burden, would he include therein jewels and rugs and heavy bars of gold? Not so. He would include hay and grain and a bag of water for the desert trail. Excuse me. The purpose of a budget is to help thy purse to fatten. It is to assist thee to have thy necessities in insofar as attainable thy other desires. It is to enable thee to realize that most cherished desires by defending them from thy casual wishes. Like a bright light in a dark cave, thy budget shows up the leaks from thy purse and enables thee to stop them and control thy expenditures for definite and gratifying purposes. This then is the second cure for a lean purse. Budget thy expenses that thou mayest have coins to pay for thy necessities, to pay for thy enjoyments, and to gratify thy worthwhile desires without spending more than 9 tenths of thy earning. And that is the second cure. So I wanted to share this about the second cure, control thy expenditures. We talked a little bit earlier in this particular segment or section of the book about lifestyle creep and how if you're not careful as your income grows, so will your lifestyle grow to absorb and eat up all of that income. So one of the things that I like to do when I teach my clients about the wealth strategy is we factor in a part where you treasure and treat yourself. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. We talked about that in Start That Purse to Fattening. But in controlling your expenditures, it is important that you list out what are your necessities? What do you need in order to live the life that you have to live, in order to live the life that you are currently living? What are the necessities that you have? What are your wants, your desires? What are the things that you desire to do, to have, to treat yourself? And then you figure out how you save for your investings for your long term and your short term needs, and then investing for the future so that you can go on and build a legacy for generations that are to come. And then how do you honor God by helping mankind? All of that encompasses a full financial plan, not just spending to gratify and to fulfill and to satisfy just what makes you feel good, but all of it is important and all of it is necessary in order to live a fully abundant life. So if you want to get to the place where you get to enjoy the fruit of your labor, you have to prioritize all of the pieces of the puzzle, because if you have one piece without the other 9 pieces or without the other 5 pieces, you don't get the complete picture. So all of it works together for your good. So I just want to jump on and share that with you all today. That was control thy expenditures, and that was the second cure for a lean purse from our book that we are discussing, The Richest Man in Babylon. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're following along, if you're reading this book with us, if you have this book and enjoy it, let me know some of your key takeaways from the section here that we discussed today. Again, my name is LaKeisha Mallett. Want to wish you an amazing day. Be positive, be prosperous. Bye. Bye.